Cobra's bat droids can take tremendous amount of damage and continue fighting. They serve nothing more than cannon fodder, as long as their trigger finger is still in contact with the gun. Hello and welcome to Centurions Corner, and today we are reviewing something for the first on this channel, and I've been putting it off for so long, but when these guys come out I could not hold myself back. This is the G.I. Joe Bat. So this is the very first time that I've ever reviewed a G.I. Joe figure on the channel. A little bit about me, about G.I. Joe. I grew up with it big time in the 80s. Over here it's called Action Force, and absolutely loved it. It had the planes, all the figures and stuff like that. So when these guys started coming out, it was quite hard not to sort of like indulge into it, because the Black Series, Marvel Legends, and then G.I. Joe, and they're all going up in price as well. But I kind of want to get a few on the shelf. I want them to sit with He-Man and stuff as well. So a bit of an old nostalgia 80s toy shelf, but sort of recreated in a really nice looking articulated figure that goes well with Marvel Legends and Black Series being all 6-inch. So again, this is Hasbro, just a general figure. This is not a deluxe or anything like that. It's just a normal standard, normal price figure. And look what it comes with: extra head, loads of extra guns and stuff on the side here, a backpack. It just, you know, and then we get Black Series that has like a weapon, and they're a bit smaller as well in sort of size as well. Anyway, enough indulging off. I'm quite excited to open this guy up. So here we've got the bat on the side here. We've got G.I. Joe Classified Series, the BAT at the bottom down here, and I have a problem with my one. It is a limited edition because for some reason his extra head isn't the battle damage one down here. It is just a standard normal head. So it is a bit annoying that I haven't got that one, because I am thinking about actually repainting this figure slightly. But I think I can do something else with this head here as well. I'm not too fussed about the battle damage side of it either. On the side here, we've got sort of more of the battle damage bat. I think it's kind of exploding up here. It's a bit hard to read this picture. On this side, we've just got like the classes, I guess, other factions. And on the back, there's no bio, just this big, massive poster of the G.I. Joe stuff here as well. I'm really tempted about picking up a Snake Eyes at one point, and also there's a sort of a retro Storm Shadow coming out, and I kind of like Flint and Destro, and it could go a bit further, but I'm going to try and hold myself back on certain ones. But this guy I could not pass up on. So I guess without further ado, let's just crack this bad boy open. So here he is in his blister pack. Obviously on the side we've got this bit here. It's not hiding anything, it's done by the cardboard. So all the accessories are up here on the side. And he just looks great. The colours, once you get him out of the box, without that reflection of the light, he looks really cool. So we're just going to get him out for our first impressions. But yeah, doesn't he look good? Absolutely love these guys in the G.I. Joe Action Force sort of storyline and stuff like that. And I do love a sort of killer robot, a bit like Terminator. And these guys are rocking the T-visor before the Clone Wars. Anyway, going to put them through his paces, see what these G.I. Joes can do, and I'll be back in a mo. Welcome back. Been away, I've taken some photos, and oh my god, I have been away and a half. The reason for being is because after I turned off the camera, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to play with this G.I. Joe figure, see what these guys can really do. And I was like, oh my god, the articulation on these legs are absolutely fantastic. The legs swiveling up, it's bending around, and I was like, what kind of connection is that? Because it's not a ballpoint. No, what was happening was the leg inside here was actually twisting the pin inside. The actual ball joint in there wasn't moving at all, and I was twisting this part inside, and I was actually twisting it off. So eventually it actually did fall off. I have kind of tried all different means. I used Milliput, I used glue to try and re-establish the pin joint in there. And eventually, actually, I used a pin from inside one of the watches that I have. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm a bit of a watch enthusiast as well. So I've got plenty of these sort of pins that hold the links together. And I've just dremelled it in with a bit of glue, dremelled it into the other side of the ball joint, and now it's sort of glued in place. But unfortunately, it's just sticking out a little bit too wide now. It's a bit annoying, as you can see there. So I've had to paint it and put it all inside. It just kind of looks like he's got a floating leg. But the articulation is all there as well, so it's not too bad, but you know, it's not 100%. As well, as we saw in the actual thing, I had his extra head. I have contacted the retailer I got it from, and they're going to try and sort me out for that as well. So it's, unfortunately, it's not like a great selling figure for my first ever G.I. Joe, but anyway, we have him. I've put it in front of the camera. I could have waited and get another one, but at the moment I just don't have the funds for it. And I kind of want to just bring it to you because I do have problems sometimes with getting a new figure, so just be careful of that. Anyway, so let's get on with the review itself, and we can actually take a look at all his accessories that it comes with. And what a bunch of accessories! What a massive amount. Obviously, there's no point reviewing the extra head on that part, but we've got these extra kind of front plates here. We've got one that is a proper black guard on here, and this one here, it's got a bit of battle damage, a little bit of silvering on the side there as well, inside that dent. And these just simply just clip on into the front there. On those bits. I've left it off because to me these guys didn't have a plate on the front. This bit was kind of like always on visible, so I kind of left it off because to me it kind of kills the look of the actual figure itself. And I think they do 3D printed ones of these. I've seen them on Instagram where it's actually see-through, so it looks a bit nicer. So his other accessory he comes with is a blaster. Fits in his nice blaster finger here, shooting really cool. It's done in a sort of the gun plastic, as the same as all the rest on the actual figure itself. And the details and stuff in there isn't too bad. Popping that out, that can actually go into his holster on his left leg, just like so. And then the other accessories he comes with is a bunch of different hands. So we can have a claw, which these all go into his backpack. We'll take the backpack off actually, because this is going to fall off. So the backpack itself, just done in a matte black with a few extra details, and details look quite nice as well in there. But we've got a flamethrower. We've kind of got like a drill or a laser type thing here, and we've got the pincer claw as well. So we'll take off the pincer claw to take a closer look at it with the details. Very kind of mechanical, very 80s looking on that sort of style there. Flamethrower is pretty cool, and on that bit there, details are a bit plain and simple because obviously it's just done in that sort of plastic grey. And then we have the drill kind of lasery bit. It's kind of like on a peg system inside the actual thing as well. They just don't sit into those holes just inside. You have to really push them in, otherwise they fall out. But it's hard to get out as well. So the other part here is this kind of bit. So taking that away, we can just take out that hand, just like so, and then we can put on the flamethrower like that, making these guys very versatile with different looks. If you've got these guys all sort of made up, if you bought an army, you know, you can have loads of different looks on there, especially the battle damage and whatnot, which this one don't have. So we can actually go through his articulation and what he does have, where he doesn't fall apart. And the articulation on these guys, I must admit, are pretty cool. So we've got head left and right. He can look down this far and look back this far. We've got the upper neck movement that is separate to the actual neck as well. So if you wanted to swing it around, you can do so. Arm wise, we've got the hinge here, goes rotation all the way around. And also it's got a nice butterfly joint in there as well. Rotation here, it's actually on the sleeve of the actual figure rather than the sort of elbow. But the swivel is there. A single elbow joint that comes up to this far. Rotation at the wrist, and it's also on a hinge. We have a left and right down here, right at the bottom at the belt, and when we've got the hinge section here, so you can look down this far and look back this far. Leg wise, you can come up this way and back. It can come up this far as well. This doesn't hinge because it's not connected, so it doesn't hinder him at all. We've got upper thigh rotation. We have a double knee joint here, which comes up this way. These guys are really stiff, but yeah, they are pinless as well, which is really cool. And then we have a rotation at the boot and it's also on a hinge at the boot there as well. So yeah, the articulation and everything of this guy is pretty cool. It's just a little bit stiff. I just don't know what's going on with the figure at all. This knee is really stiff. This bit here was really stiff when I got him out, and obviously I twisted the ball joint off. It come with the wrong head. It's literally not been my week this week, I tell you. It's been awful, but I just wanted to document it, what this guy really looks like. So anyway, yeah, looking at what does he look like? Well, he looks like a bat robot from the G.I. Joe series. The nice silver markings on there looks really cool. Really sleek helmet with these extra little vents at the back. Got the vents kind of parts and tubes and stuff on the back bit. It's got this whole texture over his body, which is kind of like the clothing part of it. So they could have kept it kind of plain, but they haven't. The front here is done like a chipboard with these extra little bits of colours and stuff. Would be quite nice to see a bit more silver in and maybe a few extra details to make it look realistic, but it is there. The belt's orange, kind of a little bit too glarish, but it does match all the other parts, but it does look a bit plasticky compared to the rest of the figure. Got this extra part here that's movable, and then down to his feet, and the yellow with still more details with all the sort of wrinkles and stuff there in his unsuit. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with it. Even though it is a little bit busted, I am quite chuffed with the figure, and it's not going to stop me or put me off other G.I. Joes. It is Hasbro. You know, I've got hundreds and hundreds of Star Wars figures, and I've got lots of Marvel Legends as well. So I know it's not a full case of quality control. It's just that I really have had a bad one out of the batch. So let me know down in the comments down below, what is your worst ever action figure that you've got and it's just fallen apart when you got home? Have you ever had a broken figure and stuff like that? Let me know in the comments down below, and we can discuss our stories. You can follow me on Instagram, which is in the description down below, and also you can subscribe and ding that bell. And until next time, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.